Let me tell you something most women feel, but rarely stop to analyze. There's a moment, subtle, quiet, almost blink, and you miss it when a man stands in front of you, talking casually, maybe smiling, and suddenly he touches that one specific place on his own body, not you, him. And in that moment, something inside you shifts because it doesn't feel accidental. It feels loaded, charged, like the air between you just changed. And here's the truth, it did. Psychology shows that when a man is secretly into you, especially on a physical level, his body reacts before his mind can filter it. He may be speaking about something completely normal, yet his hands tell a different story. They reveal curiosity, desire, interest he's not ready to say out loud. And the most fascinating part, he doesn't even realize he's doing it. This isn't about cheap signals or obvious flirting. This is about unconscious attraction, the kind that slips through when a man is trying to look calm, controlled, respectful, but his nervous system is already leaning toward you. Many women ignore this moment, or worse, misinterpret it. Some assume it means commitment. Others think it means nothing at all. Both miss the real power of understanding it. Because when you can read this signal correctly, you stop guessing, you stop overthinking text, mixed signals, and confusing behavior. You begin to see men clearly without casing, without forcing, without giving away your power too soon. And here's why you need to keep watching, because I'm not just going to tell you what this touch means. I'm going to show you why it happens, when it matters, and exactly how to respond in a way that keeps you in control emotionally and energetically. By the end of this video, you won't just understand men better, you'll move differently around them. Calmer, more confident, more magnetic. And once you see this signal for what it really is, you'll never experience attraction the same way again. Here's my honest opinion. Most men think they're far better at hiding attraction than they actually are. They believe if they don't say anything, if they keep the conversation casual, if they stay respectful, then their interest remains invisible. But attraction doesn't live in words first, it lives in the body, and the body always speaks. When a man is standing in front of you and he touches a specific area of himself, maybe his neck, his jaw, his collar, his chest, or even subtly adjusts his clothing, that's not a random movement. Psychology calls this a self-soothing and display behavior. In simple terms, his nervous system is reacting to you before his logic steps in. He feels stimulated, slightly exposed, slightly excited, and his body responds by grounding itself. That touch is a release of tension mixed with desire. It's his system saying, stay calm, but I want her attention. And the key detail most women miss is this: he does it while maintaining your presence in his awareness. He hasn't mentally checked out. He's not distracted. His focus is on you, even if the conversation sounds normal on the surface. Now, here's where women often misunderstand the signal. They assume it's just confidence or arrogance or habit. But if it were just habit, you'd see him do it constantly with everyone. You don't. This behavior appears selectively around women who activate something in him. That's why this signal matters. It's not about what he touches, it's about why his body feels the need to touch at all. Attraction creates internal pressure. Touch releases it. And when that pressure comes from you, the signal becomes meaningful. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you're at a cafe or a casual gathering. He's relaxed at first. Then you lean in slightly. You hold eye contact a moment longer. Maybe you laugh softly. Suddenly, mid-sentence, he runs his hand along his jaw, adjusts his collar, shifts his posture, and places his hand near his chest. Nothing inappropriate, nothing obvious, but the energy changes. That's not coincidence. That's chemistry triggering self-awareness. His body is reacting to how he wants to be seen by you. And that's important because desire isn't just about wanting closeness. It's about wanting to be desired back. Here's the empowering part for you. This signal doesn't mean you should act. It doesn't mean you should escalate. It doesn't mean you owe him attention, validation, or intimacy. It simply gives you information. And information is power. When you understand this signal, you stop guessing. You stop asking yourself, is he into me or am I imagining it? You start trusting what you observe rather than what you hope. And that confidence, that calm knowing, is deeply attractive in itself. The mistake many women make is reacting too quickly. They either pull away out of fear or lean in out of excitement. The strongest position is neither. The strongest position is awareness without urgency. When you notice the signal and remain grounded, present, and emotionally steady, you silently communicate something powerful. I see what's happening and I'm not rushing. And paradoxically, that restraint increases his attraction because desire grows in space, not in pressure. So remember this, when a man's body speaks before his words do, it's not something to fear or overanalyze. It's simply a moment of truth slipping through. And the woman who understands that moment holds the advantage. Here's something I want you to really pay attention to, because this is where most women completely misread men. Attraction is selective. And by selective, I don't just mean likes you more than others. I mean his body literally behaves differently only around you. Have you ever noticed a man acting one way with his friends, another way at work, and yet suddenly near you something shifts? That subtle energy change is what I'm talking about. It's not in his words, it's in the way he moves, the way his hands shift, the way he adjusts his posture, even unconsciously. That touch, that small gesture he repeats or lingers on, it only happens when you're there. That is not coincidence. That is the psychology of attraction. Let me explain why. When a man is attracted, his brain and body are both sending signals, most unconscious. The conscious part says, be cool. Don't mess this up. Don't show too much interest. But the unconscious part, that part doesn't care about rules. That part is responding to chemistry, to desire, to curiosity, to the unique energy that only you bring. So the next time you notice him touching himself subtly, maybe adjusting his tie, scratching his neck, brushing his jaw, even shifting his arms, take note of who else is around. He doesn't do it with strangers. He doesn't do it with his coworkers or even other women he might like, but with you. Suddenly, his body is alive with signals he can't control. Here's a quick example. Imagine a small group setting. He's joking with friends. He's relaxed. Everything seems normal. Then you enter the scene. You make eye contact. You laugh at something he says, and suddenly you notice it. His hand moves to his chest, or he brushes his collar or straightens his hair in a way you haven't seen before. That movement, that touch, that's him subconsciously preparing, showing, and responding only because of the effect you have on him. You've become the variable that changes his behavior. And that, ladies, is powerful. Now here's the secret most women overlook. This signal doesn't just reveal desire, it reveals focus. His mind is centered on you in a way it isn't on anyone else. That nervous, self-touching behavior, it's a form of admiration, a form of subconscious respect for the effect you have on him. And here's why it matters. Understanding this allows you to read him without guessing. You start noticing if he only does this around me, if his posture, gestures, and micro movements shift subtly when I'm present, it means I've caught his full attention. That's when you know he's not just physically drawn, he's emotionally and mentally present too. And here's my favorite part, you get to control the energy from there. You don't have to rush, you don't have to force closeness, you simply acknowledge it inwardly, keep your cool, and enjoy the effect you have on him. That pause, that subtle awareness, that's what keeps him intrigued, curious, and yes, wanting more of you without even realizing it. So here's what I want you to do. The next time a man touches himself in front of you, only to behave differently than he does with anyone else, notice it. Smile to yourself and hold that power. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever caught a man doing this only around you? Comment below and tell me what happened, because I promise women who notice this energy never see attraction the same way again. Let me be honest with you, this is where most women get it wrong. They see these subtle touches, the little shifts, the nervous energy, and immediately assume it's about love or commitment or deep emotional connection. But the truth is, it's often something else entirely. Sexual curiosity, desire, chemistry. And yes, that doesn't make it any less powerful. In fact, it makes it far more magnetic, because sexual curiosity is primal, it's instinctive, it's immediate. And when a man is showing it around you, it's a signal that he's imagining closeness, intimacy, and yes, what could happen between the two of you. Now here's the important distinction. Sexual curiosity doesn't always mean he's ready for romance. It doesn't mean he's thinking about commitment. But it does mean he's fascinated by you, intrigued by your presence, and curious about what it would feel like to be closer. And that curiosity shows up in his body first. It's the reason his hands touch himself subtly, why his posture changes when you're near, why his voice might deepen just slightly, or why he leans in without thinking. It's a physical manifestation of mental attraction. And the more you understand this, the more powerful you become, because now you can read the signals without being deceived by words. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're at a dinner with friends and he's sitting across from you. He's relaxed, joking, chatting casually, then you laugh at something he says, or brush your hair back just a little, or let your eyes linger on his, and suddenly you notice him subtly adjusting his collar, or brushing his jaw, or touching his chest. That moment isn't random. That's him responding to your energy, imagining closeness, feeling intrigue, feeling desire, all without saying a word. And here's the sexy part. You don't have to say or do anything to make it stronger. Your presence alone is enough to make him feel it. This is where women have the upper hand, because attraction doesn't work the same way for men and women. Men's bodies often give away their desire before their words do. And when you notice these small unconscious signals, you gain insight into how he's really feeling. You don't have to chase him. You don't have to initiate. You simply acknowledge the energy internally, keep your confidence high, and enjoy the effect you have on him. That pause, that knowing smile, that subtle eye contact, that's what keeps him intrigued. That's what makes him wonder, what is it about her that makes me feel this way? And here's a secret I've noticed with so many women who understand this principle. The more you respect this curiosity, the more magnetic it becomes. You see, desire thrives in space. It grows in mystery. It amplifies when it's noticed but not rushed. So when a man's body is signaling sexual curiosity, your power is in your response, not his. You can smile inwardly, enjoy the tension, and let him feel the pull without giving it all away. That balance of awareness and restraint, that's irresistible. So I want you to do something right now. Think about the last time a man's body responded like this to you, maybe subtly, maybe slightly, maybe enough to make you notice. I want you to comment below, did you notice it before? Or are you seeing it for the first time? Because women who understand sexual curiosity in a man never see attraction the same way again. And once you see it, you can use that knowledge to stay confident, magnetic, and completely in control. Here's the thing I notice over and over again. Women either ignore it or they overreact. Both are mistakes. When a man is subtly signaling desire through his body, adjusting his collar, brushing his jaw, or placing a hand near his chest, it's not an invitation to overthink, and it's certainly not a green light to chase. The most powerful response is almost counterintuitive. Do nothing, but everything at once. Let me explain what I mean. You don't call out his behavior. You don't lean in aggressively. You don't blush too much or giggle nervously. You simply notice it internally, absorb it, and allow it to exist without forcing it. That pause, that subtle awareness, that's magnetic. That's what keeps him on edge in the best way. Because here's the truth, desire is strongest when it's not rushed, when it's met with calm confidence, and when it's slightly unanswered. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're talking to him at a casual gathering. He subtly touches his neck while glancing at you, trying to appear composed. Most women either freeze and overanalyze, or they immediately react by leaning in, complimenting him, or giving a physical cue. But the woman who truly holds her power, she smiles softly, maintains eye contact just a second longer, and continues the conversation naturally. She doesn't overplay her hand, and she doesn't underplay her presence. She simply exists as someone aware of her effect, letting the energy build, letting him chase it internally. That's magnetic. That's irresistible. Here's why this works. When a man senses that his body signals are noticed, yet they aren't forcing anything, his attraction intensifies. He starts to wonder, why doesn't she overact? Why does she stay so confident? Why do I feel this pull I can't explain? Curiosity, that internal tension, it's incredibly seductive, and it's exactly what you want to create. You're not giving him access, you're not confirming or denying. You're simply holding space, calm and in control, letting desire simmer without releasing it all at once. And the sexy, empowering truth, you're teaching him that desire must be earned. That attention, closeness, and intimacy aren't automatic. That kind of presence, confident, composed, yet aware of his signals, instantly makes you more magnetic than any flirtation ever could. You're not chasing him, you're not begging for validation. You're simply showing that you understand attraction and you know how to handle it. That's sexy in a way that's safe for YouTube but still deeply magnetic. So here's my challenge for you. The next time you notice a man's body signaling desire around you, don't rush. Don't react too quickly. Instead, pause, smile inwardly, hold your posture, maintain eye contact, and enjoy the subtle power you hold. And because I want to hear your stories, comment below. Have you ever tried staying calm while noticing these signals? What happened next? Trust me, reading these subtle cues and responding with composed confidence doesn't just keep him interested, it keeps him thinking about you long after the moment is over. Here's the truth I want you to really hear, because it's something most women completely underestimate. Desire is not just something men feel, it's something you hold the power to guide. Let me explain. When a man subtly shows desire, touching himself unconsciously, adjusting his posture, or shifting his energy when he's around you, most women think the moment is about him. They think, oh, he wants me, so I have to respond. But that's where the magic lies. Desire only becomes powerful when you stay grounded. Your calm confidence, your inner knowing, your ability to notice without overreacting. That is what makes him truly obsessed. That's the sexy secret that turns curiosity into fascination. Let me give you an opinion I've noticed in my own experience with dating psychology. Men are naturally drawn to women who hold their own energy. Women who chase lean too fast or give away access immediately. They can feel desire, yes, but they lose the magnetic pull. Women who notice the signs smile inwardly, stay composed, and subtly flirt without giving it all away. They become unforgettable. That's the kind of presence that sticks in a man's mind long after the conversation ends. It's not about manipulation. It's about understanding energy, your energy and his. Here's a simple example. Picture this: you're talking to a man at a casual get-together. He's subtly touching his jaw, adjusting his collar, or brushing his hair, little signs that show he's curious about you, maybe imagining closeness. Most women would immediately blush, giggle nervously, or lean in, and while that might feel natural, it doesn't create power. Now imagine this instead. You notice it, your eyes catches for a split second, you smile knowingly, and then you continue the conversation casually, letting the moment linger without forcing it. He notices you notice. That's the flirty tension. That pause, that awareness, that subtle recognition. It's irresistible, it's magnetic, it's sexy. And it keeps him thinking about you, wondering, wanting, or without you doing anything overt. The key here is balance. You acknowledge the attraction, you enjoy it, but you never let it control you. That's what I call desire as power. You're not the one chasing. You're not desperate for validation. You're simply aware that he's drawn to you. And you let it exist naturally, letting him do the mental and emotional work. That restraint is what makes him curious, intrigued, and yes, flirty in his own mind long before words are exchanged. And let's be honest, women who master this dynamic often notice a shift in how men behave. Becomes more attentive, he leans in closer, he mirrors your energy, he tries subtly to engage more. And here's the flirty, magnetic part. You don't have to say a single seductive word. The power of your presence does it for you. That's the kind of chemistry that movies try to capture. But the best part is it's completely real and completely in your control. So here's my challenge for you, and I want you to really take this to heart. The next time a man signals desire around you, notice it, smile inwardly, stay grounded, let the tension linger. And if you want to turn this into a playful, flirty moment, add a subtle touch of eye contact, a slow smile, or a quiet laugh at something only you two notice. Let him feel your energy without giving it all away. That's where attraction turns into obsession, curiosity turns into intrigue, and a casual encounter turns into a memory he can't shake. Now, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me, have you ever noticed a man acting differently around you, and did you stay calm and grounded? How did he respond? I promise, reading these signals and holding your power doesn't just make men more attracted, it makes you feel more magnetic, more confident, and more in control than you ever imagined. Because here's the final truth: desire is powerful, but your grounded response is even more powerful. The woman who notices, the woman who stays composed, the woman who smiles inwardly while letting the energy simmer, she's the woman no man can stop thinking about. So let's wrap this up because there's a lot we've covered, and I want you to leave here feeling confident, magnetic, and fully in control. First, remember this: when a man touches himself subtly around you, adjusting his collar, brushing his jaw, or shifting his posture, it's rarely accidental. It's a subconscious signal. His body is reacting before his brain even knows what's happening. That's your first clue. Then notice that he only does this around you. That's the power of selective attraction. He's curious, focused, and completely drawn to your energy. Third, understand that this isn't always about romance or commitment. Often it's sexual curiosity, desire, chemistry that sparks before words, before gestures, and before anything else. And fourth, your response is everything. Stay grounded. Notice, smile inwardly, hold the energy without rushing it. That subtle control, that calm confidence, knowing awareness, it's what makes you magnetic, irresistible, and unforgettable. Finally, recognize that desire is power, but your grounded energy is the ultimate attraction. When you acknowledge it without chasing it, when you flirt subtly with your presence alone, men notice, they linger, they remember, and they can't help but be drawn to you. So here's my challenge for you. Comment below and tell me, have you ever noticed a man subtly signaling desire around you, and did you stay in control? I want to hear your stories, your experiences, and your little victories. And if you found this video eye-opening, hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because there's so much more psychology-backed, flirty, and magnetic insight coming your way. Remember, the moment you notice attraction and respond with calm confidence, you hold the power. And trust me, women who master this never look at desire the same way again.